Welcome to Understanding Football, How Football Works. Today we're going to be looking at the differences and similarities between Little League or Rec, high school football, NCAA, and the NFL. We'll go into the funding, regulations, and gameplay differences that exist between each of those levels of football. From local and little leagues all the way to the NFL, let's break down funding level by level. At the youth and recreational level, most football programs rely heavily on parent contributions, local fundraisers, and community donations. These leagues are usually powered by volunteers, moms, dads, neighbors, all of it keeping the focus on fun and fundamentals. In high school, football becomes part of the school system. Funding comes from a mix of district budgets, booster clubs, athletic fees, and donations. Local sponsors often step in too because Friday Night Lights are as much about community pride as they are about the game. At the college level, things scale up fast. Universities fund football through ticket sales, media contracts, conference payouts, and now NIL proceeds from athletes' name, image, and likeness. The biggest programs generate millions in revenue, fueling not just football but entire athletic departments. And finally, the NFL, a professional powerhouse. Teams earn money through massive broadcast deals, sponsorships, ticket sales, and merchandise. It's a multi billion-dollar industry built on the same foundation that starts with the community leagues and family support. So now that we've seen how football is funded, let's move on to what keeps the game fair and consistent at every level, the rules and regulations. At the youth and recreational level, football is guided by organizations like USA Football, Pop Warner, and American Youth Football. These groups set safety standards, age divisions, and equipment rules, often borrowing guidelines from the National Federation of State High School Associations, or NFHS. Everything here is focused on learning, safety, and giving every kid a chance to play. In high school, all official games follow the NFHS rulebook, which standardizes everything from field markings to penalty enforcement, ensuring every state plays by the same book. This is where athletes first start to experience formal, nationally recognized rules. College football is governed by the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletics Association. Each division, the FBS, FCS, Division II, and Division III, play by the NCAA's own rulebook, which includes replay systems, overtime procedures, and eligibility requirements. At the professional level, the NFL's Competition Committee and Operations Department maintain the official rulebook. It's updated every year to reflect safety research, technology changes, and feedback from players and coaches. That's why pro football feels faster and more polished. The rules evolve right alongside the athletes. So, from Pop Warner to the pros, football's rule books keep the game fair, structured, and safe. Next, we'll explore how the game itself changes from practice formats to season schedules as players move through each level. For Little League and the recreational season, seasons are short and focused on development. Most leagues include a 1 week preseason, about 8 weeks of regular play, and local or regional playoffs. It's all about fun, learning the game, and teamwork. Coaches here balance skill building with safety so every player gets a chance to grow. The high school season expands the schedule with spring and summer camps, 1 or 2 preseason scrimmages, and sometimes an endowment game for varsity teams. Then comes a 9 week season with playoffs that can go all the way to the state level. College and NCAA seasons run nearly year round. Spring football focuses on evaluation and development, summer means conditioning and fall camp, and then comes the regular season followed by bowl games or playoffs. The NFL season is the longest and most intense. Players start with training camp, then 3 to 4 preseason games, followed by a 17-game regular season, and then the playoffs. It's structured to test endurance, skill, and consistency at the highest level. From youth to pros, and every level teaches something new. The field itself evolves too. In youth football, field sizes varies by age. Most are between 60 and 80 yards long and 40 to 50 yards wide. Smaller fields help younger players learn spacing, teamwork, and positioning safely. From high school through the pros, the field is standardized 100 yards long and just over 53 yards wide, or 160 feet. This consistency helps athletes transition smoothly between levels from high school through the NCAA and the NFL. Youth leagues often simplify field markings. Hash marks vary by age and location, usually about 10 feet from the sidelines. It keeps the game visually easy to follow and safer for smaller players. In high school, hash marks are placed 53 feet 4 inches from each sideline. That means there's a noticeable difference between the wide and short side of the field. In the NCAA, hashes move closer, 40 feet from each sideline, which creates more balanced play and opens up passing opportunities compared to high school. Now, for the NFL, hash marks line up exactly with the goalposts, 70 feet 9 inches from each sideline. That narrow placement makes kickers' angles tighter and play design more precise. Down management in youth football is typically handled by parent volunteers. The chain crew manages simplified visuals to mark downs and distance. It's all about keeping things easy to follow for kids and parents alike. High school, a full chain crew takes over. They measure the official 10 yards for first downs, and precision becomes part of the game. Every inch counts. College football uses standard chains and crews and sideline markers like the pros. Measurements follow strict NCAA standards to ensure consistent calls across every game. In the NFL, chain crews work alongside digital markers and replay verification systems. It's the perfect blend of tradition and technology, ensuring absolute accuracy on the field. Now, let's look at football sizes. Youth footballs come in smaller sizes to match growing hands and developing coordination, Pee Wee, Junior, and Youth. These lighter balls help players learn throwing form without strain. By high school, players use a regulation size football that's slightly smaller than what's used in college or the NFL. It helps bridge the gap between youth development and competitive play. This adjustment keeps passes accurate while players build the arm strength they'll need at the next level. College teams use the official Wilson the Duke Collegiate Football. It's built for control and consistency, the same size and feel used at the professional level, just with slightly different branding and grip. The NFL also uses the Wilson the Duke, named after New York Giants owner Wellington Mara. The Pro version is slightly larger, built for precision throwing, and uniform across every game in the league. Youth leagues usually keep footballs inflated between 7 and 9 psi. That's pounds per square inch. The lower pressure makes the ball easier to grip, throw, and catch for developing players. From high school through the pros, the regulation range tightens between 12.5 to 13.5 psi. This keeps the football firm, consistent, and ready for competitive play. It's the same standard whether you're playing Friday night under the lights, Saturday in college, or Sunday in the NFL. You might remember Deflategate. In 2015, the NFL footballs were found inflated between 10.5 and 11 psi, below the legal limit. Since then, the league has enforced a strict electronic tracking and compliance to maintain fairness and accuracy. It's a great example of how even a small detail like air pressure can make a big difference in how the game is played. Youth football games are intentionally shorter. Quarters typically run 8 to 10 minutes, keeping games age appropriate, reducing fatigue, and maintaining focus while players are still learning fundamentals. High school football uses 12-minute quarters with a 12-minute halftime. This creates a full game structure while allowing time for coaching adjustments, safety checks, and school based activities like marching band performances. College football steps up to 15-minute quarters. Halftime expands to 20 minutes, largely to accommodate full marching band performances, an integral part of the college football experience. The NFL also uses 15-minute quarters, but halftime is strictly timed at 12 minutes. At the professional level, every break is carefully scheduled to meet broadcasting, advertising, and operational requirements. Now let's look at the sideline tech that's available at each of the levels. At the little league or rec level, there's no sideline tech. Coaches rely purely on observation, communication, and quick adjustments on the fly. Everything is manual at this stage. In high school football, sideline technology starts to appear. Coaches use headsets, tablets, and sometimes sideline TVs to review plays in real time. This helps teams analyze mistakes and make adjustments during the game. College football ramps up the technology even more. Headsets and tablets are standard, and instant replay review is built into the game. This ensures accurate calls and faster coaching decisions. At the professional level, sideline tech becomes a science. The NFL integrates real time video, advanced replay systems, and tablets linked directly to broadcast feeds. Every play is analyzed from multiple angles within seconds. Thank you for joining me. as we go into understanding football 2.0. The rules, regulations, funding, and gameplay dynamic changes between Little League and Rec, high school, the NCAA, and the NFL.